The last, the very last, so richly, brightly, dazzling yellow. Perhaps if the sun's tears would sing against a white stone. Such a yellow is carried lightly way up high. It went away, I'm sure, because it wished to kiss the world goodbye. For 7 weeks I've lived in here, penned up inside this ghetto, but I have found my people here. The dandelions call to me from the white chestnut candles in the court. Only, I never saw another butterfly. That butterfly was the last one. Butterflies don't live here in the ghetto. Pavel Friedman, April 6, 1942.
My name is Bethany McNeil and I play Irina Sinkova. Irina Sinkova is a teacher at Terretzen. When she saw all these children there, decided that she wanted to become their teacher, and her main focus is to give them hope and to keep them distracted from all the atrocities that are happening around them and the loss that they've experienced.
My name is Zachary Greenstein and I play Hansa Kosek. He is a teenage boy thrown into a camp. He doesn't have anyone to look up to, so instead he takes charge. He leads the group from the boys' home. Kind of reckless, doesn't care about the beatings he gets. Likes this girl named Raya.
My name is Julia Rakis and I'm playing Raya and Glendarova. My character is very different from every other character because you see the younger side of me and the older side. I'm a very stubborn-ish little girl in the concentration camp, and you see me as an adult telling the story of when I was in the concentration camp with the other children and how I'm proud of the fact that I did survive and I made it through it without having anyone left at the end.
My name is Jerry Zimmerman and I play the rabbi. He's a man of faith, rooted in reality. That's one of the things I like about the rabbi, that he's real cognizant of everything that's going on. He understands it, he understands his place in it, but he never lets go of his faith that God will come through no matter what.
This story obviously takes part during the Holocaust, but it's about a Jewish ghetto that housed more of the professionals, the wealthy people, some of the children, the artists, and the show is mainly focused on the children, but in specifically one child. Her name is Raya, and she's sharing her story. We kind of follow her along as a child and as an adult as she talks about it.
What they experienced, what their feelings were, what was going on with them. It's a side that we don't think about very often, because when we read about the Holocaust, we hear the numbers, we hear the horrible things that happened, and we don't think about them as being real-life human beings who had feelings and emotions and cared about each other. And that's an important piece of the play that a lot of people wouldn't expect to come out of a show like this.
The story you're going to be seeing is the retelling of a girl named Raya's past. Shows her starting off in the ghettos and continually getting worse and worse for her. Family getting taken away, friends getting taken away, to the point where she is the last person she knows of and she leaves.
You have different flashbacks within flashbacks. You see me with my family before we're taken away from our home, and you also see me in the concentration camp and after the concentration camp. There's a lot of tension before we're taken away, and that's hard to deal with as a child.
The story sounds like it's really heavy. It obviously is sad, it's very powerful, it's very moving, but it's a little bit lighter as well because most of the cast is children. They play their parts really well and you get to see what it was like through the eyes of a child, but in a little bit more of a lighter way.
So it can be an exciting thing that we talk about the feelings that people had. We talk about their experiences. The rabbi put it best. We talk about how good can arise out of evil. And that's really the message of the play for me. Good can come out of evil if we're just willing to look for it, if we're willing to ground ourselves in something that will allow that to happen.
This show has been different than any other show I've done, mainly because it is based on true events that happened. It also shows me as an adult telling the story of when I was a child. It's been hard to make a change between the older me and the younger me because my costume doesn't change, just my actions change and my voice changes, and just overall how I present myself has to change.
I wanted to rise to the challenge because the Holocaust, it's just such an important event that we share their story. I hope I can do the part justice. It's a tough part because it's such an important part and it's such an important story, and so I hope that we can rise to the challenge and be able to give the audience an entertaining show but an informative show, and that they leave feeling impacted in a positive way, even if they're a little sad.
And all the butterflies.
This show is definitely one of the more serious ones I've done. The thing that I take away from it is you should never take the things you have for granted because you never know how long you're going to have them for.
come with an open mind. Put aside all of your preconceived notions about what a show about the Holocaust could be, and come and let yourself be lifted up.
I Never Saw Another Butterfly will be performed October 12th through 15th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 2:30.